Good morning. All right. It is July 9th. I had to look to make sure. Um, it's Wednesday, July 9th, and we are doing the puzzles together. It's been a fun couple of days. Yesterday, shouldn't say today, yesterday, my couple of the kids, my youngest and my oldest, went to a fun little day camp. They didn't spend the night or anything. That's not what they do there. You do all sorts of camp activities like fire BB guns and shoot bow and arrow and learn science experiments and stuff. Rock wall climbing and stuff. It was really, really cool. Bouldering, rowboat kind of stuff. It was super fun. Super, super fun. My youngest went. It's sadly the last year that her age bracket gets to do that. But my oldest, we hadn't started going to this. We hadn't found out about it until after she had already met that threshold, and she was too old. And so even though my oldest went as sort of like a chaperone, she got to fire a BB gun. She got to kind of participate in by proxy all of these things that my other daughter did. Really, really fun. Yep, summer is kids plus camp. I agree. I was just remarking to my good morning, Callie. I was just remarking to my wife yesterday how fun it is that for this brief moment, like literally today, tomorrow, all of us are home. There's not a time where there's a camp or a day camp or this is somebody's leaving for whatever. This is the rare chance, right in the middle of the summer, that all of us are home. All of us are with each other, and it's this sort of blissful moment. I love it. I was thinking today we should just dive right in. Let's do the puzzles. There we go. All right, and we are playing first off connections. And connections, let's create 4 groups of 4 out of these 16 words. I see ring, crew, compare, shout, ankle, parsnip, foundation, dress, foot, buzz, base, knock, Connecticut, bottom, compression, and wallop. Wow. Okay. So the first thing I saw was ankle monitor buzzing. I know that doesn't go together, but I thought, why do I think of an ankle monitor if it's not correct? How about the foot and the base? Those go together. The bottom and the foundation. Nice. The lowest part, the base, the bottom, the foot, and the foundation. Okay. Okay, so I learned from a couple days ago, when you're how on earth does this relate to anything else? It might be that something is hidden within that word. Like in the word parsnip, I see par, when you get even par in golf, you shoot just the right number of hits in one hole, you get par. But then that might not be it. See, nip, to snip at something. I see press in compression. I don't know. Maybe I'm up in the night about that one. Maybe to wallop is to punch, to knock. Wait a minute. Crew cut, buzz cut. Ankle cut? Is that a thing? Connecticut cut. Kinetic cut. Crew neck. Ring neck. Oh, wait. Compression sock. Crew sock. Ankle sock. Maybe dress sock? These are socks. Hey. Okay. Okay. We're getting it. After I play Connections, I'll tell you, did I find it hard? So far, so good. We are getting it kind of in rainbow order, which typically means that it is more challenging. Oh, wait, I think I see something. Okay, nip to cut, kinetic cut, pair, right? To pair. Oh, and to lop. Oh, that's creative. That's probably purple. Okay, so should we do it in rainbow order? If this is purple, buzz, shout, ring, and knock. Okay, that's probably blue. Okay. To contact somebody, you might buzz them, you might shout for them, you might ring, you might knock on their door. That's blue, I bet. Okay, all right. I love it. We like flip them so that, okay, cut, nip, pair, and lop. Yep. Synonyms for clip. Awesome. Okay. That's really funny. Okay, well, look at that. We did it in intended rainbow order. I was going to get the purple next. It was going to be yellow, green, and then purple, and then blue. And then I was like, okay, well, I bet you it's going to be the other way around because it's like, you know, the trickiest one, the not so obvious one. That's really funny. Okay, how did I feel about that? Honestly, it was pretty doable today. It was pretty doable. It wasn't intensely hard. I really had to stare at it for a while. And I did, there was no like red herring, but there was definitely things that like, oh, these could go together. Like foot and ankle could go together. Crew neck. What was the other one? Oh, buzz cut, crew cut, right? Like Connections, you're trying to match 4 things, and I could only match 2 things for some. Found it kind of rude to shout at someone's door. Oh, yeah. Shout for them. You know, in Brazil, when we were knocking on people's doors, you would like clap at the door, or like sometimes if they were there, you would yell to the door. So it's not all that common in other parts of the world, I guess. But yeah, no, I agree. If I were like, "Hey, where are you?" through the window or something, that would be a little rude. I agree. Let's see. All right, the yellow is lowest part, the base, the bottom, the foot, and the foundation. Yeah, I agree with that. Kinds of socks. Actually, I was just talking to my neighbor about his compression socks just on July 4th. They were doing fireworks, and somebody mentioned she had just had surgery, and then he said, "Oh, do you have to wear like a compression thing up your arm or up your leg?" I mean, apparently you do after surgery, so it prevents blood clots. Kinds of socks, right? The ankle sock, compression sock, crew socks are those real short ones, and then dress socks are, you know, thinner. I like ankle socks. I like the ones not as much as the ones that go all the way up. Those are crew socks, right? Ankle socks, it always like feels weird when my ankles are, you know, like the lower part of your leg is exposed. I typically will wear those taller crew socks. Not old enough to need compression socks yet. I'm getting older though. My birthday's coming up pretty soon, and it's reminding me of my mortality. Let's see. Things you should do at someone's front door. You could buzz, right? Ring the doorbell. You could knock. You could ring. And you could shout, I guess. Yeah, in Brazil, when you knock on someone's door, there's between the door and like the actual front of their property, there's a huge fence or wall sometimes. And sometimes that wall has like glass shards on the top to prevent people from climbing over. It's pretty intense. But to get someone's attention, you either hit the button that like activates their intercom and then they talk to you through the intercom, or you stand there and literally just clap through the wall or through the open gate, and then they'll come out to you. It's strange. I don't know. It's a different custom. Yeah, and then the purple category was ending in synonyms for clip, right? To pair, compare, to cut, kinetic cut, to nip, parsnip, and wallop, to lop. That's a clever puzzle. I like that one. I like it. All right, and then we'll move on to our good old mini crossword. A couple of people were new, I guess, on the stream yesterday because they were asking how to play the mini crossword. They were like, "What game is this?" I'm like, "Have you never played a crossword before?" And it dawned on me, like, yeah, a lot of people have never sat down and played a crossword puzzle before. And so I do feel like maybe I need to be more transparent about the games that I'm playing. I'm just under the assumption that everyone knows how to play, and they don't. So this is a crossword puzzle, and you probably maybe have played a crossword puzzle before, but the across clues and the down clues, those letters are shared from the the answers that go up and down, left and right. Subsides like the tide. If something is coming back, you might say it ebbs. Leggings lead in to lemon. Huh? Leggings lead into lemon. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, we can skip it. The nice thing about this is because if we get a letter here, then maybe one down starts with an E, and maybe two down starts with a B. You know what I mean? So one kind of hints at the other, which is nice. Poet Robert with a cool last name. That's Robert Frost. Very clever. That's funny. Manhattan neighborhood near the East Village. Near the East Village. That would be... I don't know. We'll come back. Quick joyride. I don't know. That could be anything, too. Okay. Fairy-like figure of folklore. How about an elf? Poet Robert with a hot last name. I knew Robert Frost, but Poet Robert with a hot last name. I don't know. We'll come back there. Weekly hit fly ball. Weekly hit fly ball. Oh, I think I know. Okay. Here, let's fill this one in a little bit. There we go. Leggings lead in to lemon. Lulu lemon. Oh, duh. I know this one. Of course. Now that I have that U there. Poet Robert with a hot last name. Robert Burns. I do know that one. Weekly hit fly ball. Blah, 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 blah. Aha, Lululemon, the brand of every pair of yoga pants at the gym. Yeah, totally. Oh, gosh, that's funny. Hey, Bay, how you doing? Good to have you aboard. Let's see. Weekly hit fly ball. Blow. I don't know that one, actually. Food made by using a bamboo mat. Oh, of course. Sushi. I have sushi mats. I have a sushi, like the bamboo bowl and the I have the whole kit. I love making sushi. That's one of my fun little things that I love doing. There's actually videos on my channel of me and my kids making sushi. Or is that on my wife's channel? That might be on my wife's channel, actually. But there's a link to it in my channel page if you want to see it later. I love eating sushi. I love making sushi. I love everything about it. It's so good. Quite the heavy weight. How about a ton? Oh, Manhattan neighborhood near the East Village. Is that NoHo? North. Let's see. Quick joyride. There's a spin. You go for a spin. There it is. Yep. Awesome. Cool. Well, we did it in a little bit longer today. I had to revisit quite a few of these, but that's okay. We're just here to have fun. We're here to play puzzles, right? We're here to play a couple games together. All right, subsides like the tide, ebbs. Something receding is ebbing. Leggings lead in to lemon, Lululemon, and every pair of yoga pants nowadays is Lululemon, isn't it? NoHo, yeah, Soho south, and then NoHo. What's the ho? I know. I was thinking Soho was like. No, that's. I was thinking Hollywood. Ho. I don't know. Help me out. What is the ho part? So I know Soho, but the opposite is north, right? Poet Robert with a cool last name, Robert Frost. Manhattan neighborhood near the East Village, NoHo, North Hampton. I forget what the ho stands for. Quick joyride, take a spin. It's tough to take a spin with gas prices this the current way they are. Fairy-like figure of folklore, elf. Poet Robert with a hot last name, Robert Burns. Robert Frost, Robert Burns. That's very clever. See, this is why the crossword puzzle editors and writers get paid the big bucks. Just making up fun little clever quips like that. Weekly hit fly ball, a bloop. I've never heard of a bloop. A weekly hit fly ball, a bloop. I know of a blooper. A blooper is a Nintendo Mario enemy, but not a baseball term. Food made by using a bamboo mat known as a makisu. That is, of course, sushi. Love sushi. Oh, you asked ChatGPT for what does NoHo mean? I'd love to hear it. What does my friend have to say? Every time I have a question for ChatGPT, I'm like, when I'm with other people, I'm like, oh, you know what? Let me text a friend about that. And my kids and my wife know, oh, he's going to go ask ChatGPT about that. But like in just like a, whatever conversation with some random person, if I need to look something up right there, I will go, oh my gosh, you know what? I've got a friend that knows about that. Let me text him. And they'll take it as, oh, he needs to text somebody that knows about it, right? Like a phone a friend. No, I'm going to ask ChatGPT about it. Oh, south of Houston Street. Oh, yes, of course. Houston. No, it's Houston Street. They pronounce it Houston Street. The whole rest of the world would pronounce it Houston Street, but they pronounce it Houston Street. And don't get it wrong either. You look like an idiot if you say Houston Street. No, it's Houston Street. Yeah. Oh, and quite the heavyweight. Ton. Nice. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. South of Houston Street or north of Houston Street. Okay. And if you'll forgive me, I'm not going to look at the chat during the Wordle. I love to just productively struggle through this one myself. But feel free to talk amongst yourselves. What do we start with today? How about means? Ways and means. Okay, nice. There's an E, there's an N. How about... Oh, great word. Pilot. Pilot. Nice. There's an L and there's an O. Can we get another non-intersecting word? I'm running out of letters here. I have... What do I have? I have a U, a vowel. Oh, and I have a... okay. I have a Y. Should we play it again? I feel like I play this one so often. Okay. Ducky. I came up with 3 separate non-intersecting words, and for some reason, like very, very frequently, I'm like, oh, what letters are left? I don't know. Here's ducky. Goodness sakes. No help at all. That's okay. So we've narrowed it down. We've guessed 15 different letters. I call it the non-intersecting word strategy. Is it a strategy? I don't know. I just came up with it, and it works. So call that a strategy, if you will. So I've got means, and that gave me the E and the N. And then we've got pilot, which has an L and an O. Nothing's in the right place. And so if we start, I feel like LN goes together. Not at the beginning, though. Like something Oln. No, that looks kind of funny. Definitely not the other way. Like ankle or... But that's not NLE. Maybe I'm up in the night about this. N... O... Oh, here's a word. Novel. N can go there. O can go there. We haven't guessed V yet. E could go there. L could go there. Let's try it. Oh, nice. Nice. All right. And as is usual with my my 3 non-intersecting words thing, we have gotten it. Look at this. Pretty much a third of the time. No, two-thirds of the time. Because look, we get, we have a 150 streak. We've played... No, but I'm just looking at my streak here. Okay, math is not my strong suit, guys. Half of the time. Because total number played is almost 200. And we get it the 4th time 94 times, which is basically half. Right? Fuzzy math. But half of those... See, honestly, guys, math is just not... My wife does our finances, and it's for good reason. We'd be in the hole. We'd be devastated by now if I was in charge of our finances. But yeah, about half of the time we get it on the 4th, and then the rest of it distributes. That's funny. You played, you know what it is. That's funny. Awesome. Callie, thank you. You're amazing. Can't wait to see you again. Very, very cool. All right, so we started with the word means. I don't have like a go-to word every time. I just come up with some random 5-letter word and deal with it. And today was means, and like ways and means. And it gave me an E and an N, which is awesome. And then a non-intersecting word, a word that doesn't use any of those first 5, would be pilot. And that gave us an L and an O. And I'm thinking, all right, can I come up with just one more non-intersecting word? And I came up with ducky. And I'm just laughing about that because I've used ducky multiple times as a third letter, or third word. It's like, okay, what's left over? Oh, ducky. We could play ducky. And that's okay that it didn't give us any answers because there's only 26 letters, right? It's process of elimination. I've got 15 knocked out already. So there's only 11 left. And mixing around the letters, thinking, what goes next? What goes here? What goes there? I tried the V for novel. Pretty good. Once you get it down to a couple letters, like 4 letters or maybe even 5 letters, there's only so many orientations of those letters that make words, So if it wasn't novel, gosh, I don't know. Is there another like orientation of those letters? I'd have to think of it. But really, once you get 4 letters, 5 letters especially, there's only so many ways you can reorient those letters to make words. So it's good that we have so many knocked out at the beginning there. All right. And then we are going to play Strands. And if some of you guys are new and you've never played Strands before, think of it like a word search, okay? Except that we're not given the words, right? We don't know what the words are. We have to go find them. And they're all based on a theme, a pretty loosely based theme. And we don't understand the true meaning of the theme until we expose a special word or phrase that's hidden in here called the spangram. And that goes from top to bottom, left to right. And by the way, any of these words can snake around. They don't have to go, all the same direction. Like today's theme is party time. And I see the word pool. So I wonder if it's like, different types of parties. Do we have pool party? Maybe not. Maybe these are things that you might need for a party. I see a lot of things that could go together to make words. A dream. Party time. Stream. Like I see an ing in the corner here. I see a ts or an ns. I really thought pool was going to be it, right? A pool party. Huh. Yeah, I thought I saw. Yeah, or poo. Yeah, I saw that too. It's too short. Usually they're longer than 3 letters. Burning. What would you need for a party? A tent? Maybe this is wrong. Party time. This is not truly what it means. Tool. I see so many words in here. This is crazy. Beam, closer. I think once we are able to sort of uncover the true meaning of the thing, it's going to come flying out. We do have it. We've earned our hints. You see the hint button has lighted up there. We've found enough not it words that are actually words that we could potentially use the hint button. I think maybe we should soon, because I am just not seeing it. Tent. Buns. Party time. Clone. Gosh, I'm just seeing so many words that... All right, we're going to use a hint today. I haven't used a hint in a while. Oh, of course, balloon. Balloon. Maybe a cake. Do you see a K in there? I don't see a K. K for cake. Pennant? Pennant's like one of those little flags. Balloon. Decor. Oh, decorations. Got it. Streamer. Bunting? What's bunting? I'm going to look that up. Bunting. Oh, and confetti. Confetti. Nice. Okay, we had to sort of get the ball rolling at first, so we did use a hint. There it is. We did use a hint at first, but that's okay. That's all right. You're allowed to use the hints. Nice job finding the theme words and the spangram, and I only used one hint. Well, okay, so today's theme was party time. And these are decorations you might have for a party. The first one, we had to use the hint just to get the ball rolling, was balloon. Yeah, you might get some balloons. Pennants, so those little flags. Streamers. Confetti, that's fun. And bunting. I'm going to look up bunting. Hold on. Oh, it's just flags? What is party bunting? Festive or patriotic decorations made of fabric, plastic, paper, or cardboard. Typically forms of bunting are strings of colorful triangular flags. Isn't that a pennant? Am I thinking wrong? Yeah, same thing. Okay, they're kind of doubling words there. I know what both of those mean. Yeah, I saw the word dream in there too. There's just so many things like hidden words. I'm like, what the heck? Yeah, Bay, I saw the same thing. Okay, and then we are going to play this awesome game called Letterboxd. Letterboxd yesterday kicked my butt. Oh my gosh, just absolutely kicked my butt. I'm like, what the heck is this word? I don't even know. I might need your help with this. So if you start catching on to how the game is played, help me out. I'd love to see what words you come up with. We're trying to use up all 12 of these letters. This is a word game, so if you love words, you have a pretty good vocabulary, this will help out. We're trying to use up all 12 of these letters in hopefully 4 words or less, right? So if we can like span across to create words. Now the trick is you can't use 2 on the same side, one after the other. So I can't say like loan because L-O-A are on the same side, right? Or L-O just by itself or whatever. We're trying to span across. Also, they are being evil today. I can't do ing words. There are I, N, and G, but the I and N are on the same side, so I can't use them one after the other. So that might be a little tricky. So we're trying to span across to make these words like C-L-E-A-N. Right? Clean. There we go. Loading. D-I-N-G. Right, but we can't use the letters that are on the same side. Just one after the other. We can go back and forth. That's fine. But, yeah, that's an awesome word, loading. If they were all on separate lines or different sides, we could do that. We haven't even really familiarized ourselves. Let's read the letters just to get them figured out. L-O-A, and then I-N, and K, so we can't do like a think or something. R, G, and P, C, D, and E. Okay. So there's no S. There's no T. And our vowels are I, A, O, and E. So I played the word clean to begin with. Dip. Yeah, dip. We could play dip. Oh, how about this one? Nordic. What? What do you mean Nordic's not a word? Yes, it is. That's bunk. I think I don't agree with that. Nordic is absolutely a word. Maybe it's a proper name. Maybe it's it's a proper name, so it doesn't work. And we can start over. I like to write down what I have in case I need those words. Like here, I love the word clean. I think maybe to get rid of the K, we need to also use the C. Here, now that I've written that word down, I'm going to just kind of start over. Oh, I was going to play drink, I-N-K, but I can't. P-I, no, we can't play pin because I and N are on the same side. It's a tricky puzzle. It's a really, really tricky one. Drip. All the drip. I like that. Drip. Plead. Another D word. I mean, it's a word. It's a word. Ding dong. Gack? Is Gack what? Gack is a word? No way. No way. There's no way Gack is a word. Okay. Hold on. I gotta look that up. You're telling me Gack. Gack is a word, and yet Nordic is not? A sticky, messy substance is Gack. Oh, or used to express distaste or disgust. Gack, there she is again. Ah, interesting. Huh. Okay, well, there we have it. So the D, we started with the D for drip. Love that one. Babe, was that you that started with drip? Yeah, nice. Nice. Drip, the P led to plead. The D from plead led to dong. It's a word. G led to gack. How did they solve it yesterday? They always tell you what yesterday's most efficient way was. Yesterday was fiscal and loudmouth. You could have solved it in 2 words if you'd said fiscal and loudmouth. Yeah, that's not how I did it. I don't even remember how I did it. I remember staring at it for 20 minutes. Fish, halal, moist, thuds, chats. It was all over the place. Yeah, that is not how I solved it, but that is a very, very efficient way to solve it. Absolutely. And I wonder what the most efficient way would have been today, too. I guess we'll find out tomorrow, huh? Drip, plead, dong, and gack. What are these words? What is my life? What are these words even? All right. Well, if you made it this far and you like what you see, give it a like. Consider subscribing because we do this every day. We're going to recap these. Let's just find out, if you're just barely joining us, how we did on these puzzles. And we actually did great today. We did really well. We needed 1 hint on the strands. We got the Wordle in 4. The mini crossword we had to revisit a couple times, but that's a crossword puzzle. I mean, you can't expect to get it on the first, you know. Connections we did in rainbow order from the most straightforward, the most obvious, down to the most tricky. Sometimes the purple is not the most tricky. In fact, I saw the purple category third, and I was like, well, if I'm going to do it in rainbow order, you don't have to. But I said, if I was going to do it in rainbow order, I'm going to flip-flop these. So I did buzz, knock, ring, and shout, expecting it to be the blue, and it was. The lowest part is the base, the bottom, the foot, the foundation. That was the yellow category. The most straightforward. The second most straightforward, a little more tricky, was kinds of socks. You got your ankle socks, your compression socks, your crew socks, and your dress socks. I used to have tons of pairs of ankle socks, and then I don't know what it was, but I just don't love the feeling of having your upper ankle exposed like that. So right now, every day I have crew socks, right? Those taller ones that go kind of halfway up your calf. That is my sock of choice. If I'm wearing socks, sometimes I will just be in my sandals and I don't have socks on. You don't wear socks and sandals? Come on, guys. Don't do that. Compression socks. You wear compression socks and they apply a lot of pressure to your calf, to your foot, I think it's for a few different reasons. It's to insulate, but it's more to prevent blood clots. There's a few different reasons for those. And then dress socks. You're going to wear some kind of thinner, nicer dress socks. My son and I have matching dress socks. Well, they kind of match. They're a set. Mine have Mario all over them, and his has Luigi all over them. He loves playing Luigi whenever he's, in Smash Bros. Luigi's all right in Smash Bros. If we're playing like Mario Party, right, he'll be Luigi. Or if we're playing, I don't know, New Super Mario Bros. Wii or Mario Wonder or something, he loves being Luigi. So I'll be Mario just to match. And, here we are playing hours and hours and hours of games. And so I saw these at a store one time, and I was like, oh, this is perfect, because I am the Mario to his Luigi, and back and forth. So we have these matching, if ever we'll wear, fancy dress socks, sometimes we'll wear these, this matching set of Mario and Luigi. That's great. Things you do at someone's front door to get their attention at the front door. You might buzz them, right? Like an intercom system. Knock on the door. You might ring the doorbell. Or you might shout, I guess. I don't know. Are you shouting at the door to get someone's attention? Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was a weird word too. Gack. What is gack? Gack, yuck. Sounds like something schloopy fell on you. Gack. All right. And then the least straightforward, the trickiest one, but I saw this third, I just switched them, was the purple category, ending in synonyms for clip, right? To snip something. You might pair it, compare. Connecticut has cut at the end. Parsnip has nip. And then wallop to lop. To just hack something off. Very clever puzzling. All right. And then, there we go. We can see it better that way. The mini crossword today, we saw one across was subsides like the tide, ebbs. Sometimes my views ebb and flow. Hopefully flow most often. Leggings lead into lemon, Lululemon. Yeah, every pair of yoga pants nowadays is Lululemon, isn't it? Poet Robert with a cool last name, Robert Frost. Manhattan neighborhood near the East Village. That's NoHo. So Callie, before he left, looked this one up because I forgot what the ho stood for. Everyone's heard of Soho, right? So anything south of Houston Street. I know it looks like Houston Street, but you pronounce it Houston Street. Anything north of Houston Street is NoHo. There you go. Cool. A spin. You're going to take a spin. A quick joyride. Love that. Okay, one down. A fairy-like figure of folklore. An elf. Poet Robert with a hot last name. Robert Burns. That's so funny. I love that. We had Robert Frost and Robert Burns. A cool last name and a hot last name. Very clever. Weekly hit fly ball. Weekly, like not very hard. A bloop. I've actually never heard that. Maybe I just don't know baseball well enough. But to hit it not that hard into the infield, I guess, is called a bloop. Food made using a bamboo mat known as a makisu. Makisu is sushi. I love making sushi. I have, the whole set. I have like bamboo bowl. I have the bamboo mats. I have I have even little like soy sauce dishes and everything. I love it. I love it. I buy the nori. I make the rice. I have rice wine vinegar. I have, my wife doesn't like the raw fish, like a raw salmon or something. So if ever I make it with fish, I'll usually use like smoked salmon. Still good, still awesome. But I'll grab, one of those packs of smoked salmon. Oh man, I love sushi. In the chat, drop to me what your favorite sushi is. What's your favorite sushi roll? Like, what does it have in it? If we don't know what the name is, right? My favorite one, I'll start. My favorite one is called the Jenny roll, sometimes called the Ichi roll. And the Ichi roll or the Jenny roll is kind of like a California roll, I guess. It's pretty basic California roll with strips of salmon on top, and then the thinnest slices of lemon you've ever seen on top of that. Oh my gosh, the little bit of lemon, like raw, like lemon with the peel on and everything. It's like lemon zest, lemon fiber, everything. But my favorite roll, it's just a basic California roll with salmon on top of that, and then really, really thinly sliced lemon on top of that. Next time you go to a sushi restaurant, ask them if they have the Ichi roll or just Jenny roll. Usually they call it the Jenny roll. Oh, it's to die for. The lemon on top. Oh my goodness. So good. Yeah, I love sushi of all forms. Bay wrote in, says, I don't like fish. I eat every meat but fish. My old bass player, he ate only fish. He was a pescatarian, and he didn't eat any meat. He only ate fish. And so you guys are opposite each other, I guess. It's funny. Yeah, I absolutely love sushi. Quite the heavy weight. Ton. That is quite the heavy weight. A ton. Awesome. I love doing the crossword puzzle. It's so satisfying to see all those words kind of line up, and then they line up this way, they line up this way. Just really good. Yeah, you guys are the reverse. All right, so in the Wordle today, we got the word means. I just threw out a word just to see what would happen, a 5-letter word. And ways and means, that gave us the E and the N. And then I came up with a non-intersecting word, a word that doesn't use any of those first 5, which was pilot. And they gave us an L and an O. So I didn't start mixing those letters around to make up my final word. I tried first to come up with a third non-intersecting word, a word that doesn't use any of those previous 10 letters. So if we do it right, we don't double letters, then it's very, very efficient because it's guessing 15 letters of the 26. So there's only 11 left, and you can probably knock out a bunch of those anyway. Like, we're not going to use a Q, probably not going to use a W or a Z or an X. Not as likely to do a V, but you have to consider it. You know, it's not that those letters are never used. They are used. And in this case, mixing those letters around, I was like, okay, what if it's an N word? It's one of those classic, like, consonant, vowel, consonant. You know, at first I said, what if the N and the L go together? But I'm like, you don't really see that too often. But today we had the word novel. Novel. Cool. Awesome. That worked great. The next one was the Strands puzzle. And I don't know why this didn't dawn on me. Sometimes, like, even though you know what the theme might be, it doesn't fully resonate, you know? So I'm looking around. I saw pool, like a pool party, or we saw dream. We saw so many different ones. But today we saw, we needed a hint actually at the beginning, didn't we? We needed balloon, right? There was balloon. And then I was like, oh, duh, these are like party things you need for a party. And looking around, I saw the spangram come out right there from top right to bottom left. The spangram touches 2 sides, and today it touches kind of all 4 sides. Top right to bottom left said decorations. So balloons, pennants are those little flags on bunting, which I think is funny. Pennants and bunting are on the same puzzle because they're basically the same thing. Confetti, right? Let the confetti fly to celebrate. And streamers. Nice. Okay, feeling good about that one. Strands didn't take too long to figure out once we sort of truly uncovered the meaning. And then today for the letter box, we were trying to use up all 12 of those letters, and we had 4 words to do it in, and we did it in 4 words. Usually, a lot of times we do it more efficiently than that. Solve it in 4 words, so we solve it in 3. Sometimes you get lucky, you solve it in 2. If it's try to solve in 6 words, usually that means there's trickier letters. But today it was a lot more doable. The K was a little tricky. Just the arrangement of the letters. We couldn't do ing. That was a little tricky. But today we had drip, and then P led to plead, and then the D led to dong. I mean, it's a word, right? It's a word. Take it out of context. Maybe it's not the nicest word, but it's a word. And then G for gack. I am so surprised, actually, that gack was a word. That was one of those words I put in, and, I hit enter expecting full well it's going to go, no, that's not a word. Nope, it was a word. So, sure. It's a goofy word, gack. All right. Well, you guys are awesome. Thanks for tuning in. We played, the connections puzzle, the mini crossword, the Wordle, the Strands, and the letterboxed. If you like what you saw today, smash the like button. my semi-mentor, Nate Black, he's a good guy, super good guy. He says, boop the like button. Everyone says something different, right? I would say consider liking, consider subscribing if you find joy in this. So you guys are awesome. Thanks for a great chat. Bay, thanks for tuning in and enjoying the chat too. And yeah, have an awesome Wednesday. Whatever you're doing today, just enjoy it, right? Make the most of life. And I will catch you on the next one. See ya.